What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, taking a look ahead at everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. So if you want to find out more about the Gambit Labs and the Moat Thief game mode, the latest raid challenges, all the weekly challenges, rituals, and more importantly what tests is available for Bright Dust this week, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 60% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so be sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now this week's video is brought to us by our official channel partner, Apex Gaming PCs. If you're in the market for a new gaming PC or you're looking to build your own, then make sure to check them out. Not only can you get more bang for your buck, but we also have our own Jarv range of PCs too, stretching your money that little bit further. And right now, if you use code Jarv at checkout, you can even save up to $250 off. Now if your next gaming PC has specific requirements, you can also customize the Jarv range of PCs too, making sure you can get exactly what you want within your budget. I'll leave all the links and details to Apex Gaming PCs down in the video description below, so be sure to check them out. Now jumping back into This Week in Destiny, and this week sees another version of Gambit Labs in rotation. This week sees Moat Thief in rotation, so with that the normal moat drain for having two blockers will be disabled. Instead, every second that the invader is invading, one moat drains directly from your bank to the invader's bank. Now it's important to note that you will still need to be near the bank in order to drain your enemy's moats, therefore stopping the enemy teams from invading and simply just hiding throughout the entire invade. It'll certainly change up some of the strategies when it comes to Gambit, and if you're going to be jumping in, be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now moving on to the raid challenges for the up and coming week, and we'll start off with the Vow of Disciple. The latest raid challenge for this week can be found over in the Caretaker encounter, and this is called Base Information. Now to complete this challenge, the Guardians that are running the glyphs can only pick up one stack of knowledge per run. This challenge itself extends the duration of each floor, meaning that the people that are stunning the Caretaker have an even more critical job. They need to maximize the time to ensure that the runners have enough time to get all the knowledge and glyphs they need in order to engage DPS. Now if you can complete this on the master difficulty, you'll be able to get your hands on an adept weapon. Now there isn't a set weapon per encounter, so the one that you get is entirely down to RNG. So whether it's weapons that you're chasing or you're looking just to tick the boxes to get your Disciple Slayer Seal challenges done, then make sure to jump into the Vow of Disciple this week. Now moving on to the Vault of Glass, we have a new raid challenge over there as well, and this can be found in the Confluxes encounter. This one's called Wait For It, and to get this challenge done, every yellow bar wyvern must be killed as they are sacrificing themselves to the Confluxes. Now unlike the Vow of Disciple raid, each time you complete this on master difficulty, you are guaranteed a set time loss weapon. This week's weapon is the Vision of Confluence, and as we know, all the time loss weapons have second perks in the third and fourth column. The Vision of Confluence is one of the best solar legendary scout rifles in the game, so if you haven't got the god roll on this just yet, make sure to jump into the Vault of Glass and get that raid challenge done. Now if we head over into Dares of Eternity, we have new armor and weapons to chase in this 30th anniversary pack activity. Now as for the armor sets, we have the Gentium Knight suit set, which is the original armor set from IO back in Destiny 2 Vanilla. Well worth running if you're looking to fill out that transmog collection, and that's alongside the Karios Function suit set too. This is back from Curse of Osiris, so once again if that transmog collection has gaps in it, it's a perfect week to jump in and complete those armor sets if you need to. But if you're not looking for armor and you're looking for weapons, there are a massive range of weapons available this week, all from Season of Arrivals. These include the Nature of Beast hand cannon, the Fallen Guillotine sword, the False Promises auto rifle, the Temptations hook, the Cold Denial pulse rifle, the Whispering slab, the Hollow Words fusion rifle, the Serent Seraph carbine, the Officer revolver, the CQC shotgun, which is one of my personal favourites, the SI2 sidearm, the VY7 SMG, the Serent Seraph sword machine gun, and also the Truth Teller grenade launcher. There are some incredibly powerful weapons this week, and these all have a chance to drop during the course of the activity or upon activity completion itself. So if you're still seeking out god rolls for these weapons, then make sure to jump into Dares of Eternity to get your hands on them. Now moving on to some of the weekly challenges, we have a new weekly mission. This week's mission is called The Cunning, and this is the 6th mission from the Witch Queen campaign. Now by running this on higher difficulties, you have a better chance to get your hands on Ascendant Alloy, but this can also drop on the Hero, Legend, as well as the Master difficulty. So whether you're chasing down additional pinnacle drops to reach that power cap for this season, or you're looking for that end game upgrade material for weapon crafting, then those can be both found over in The Cunning this week. Now jumping into Wellspring, upon this week's weekly reset, Wellspring will have Defend in rotation, and it will have the Father Seer Wellspring sniper rifle available as a reward. It's important to remember that Wellspring alternates between attack and defend on alternate days whilst rotating through 4 weapons in its loot pool. Now the Father Sins is the weapon on Tuesday's reset, but if you're looking for the Come to Pass and the Tarnation, which are key weapons if you're still completing the quest for your exotic glaives, these can be found on Wednesday and Thursday respectively. You'll need to get Deep Sight Resonance versions of these weapons, so be sure to plan your week accordingly if you're still seeking out those weapons to get that exotic quest done. Now moving on to the rest of the weekly rituals, we have a new Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for the up and coming week. This week's Nightfall is the Light Blade, which is the hardest Grandmaster Nightfall in this season's rotation. As for the Nightfall weapon, it's very difficult at the moment to actually anticipate which weapon will be available on any given week, as this has changed multiple times as a result of weekly updates. But if there's a particular weapon that you're seeking and would desire upon this week's weekly reset, then be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Now moving on to the Crucible Rotator for this week, and Clash is back. So straight up Team Deathmatch returns to the Crucible. So if you fancy something a little bit different instead of playing those objectives, then make sure to jump into the Crucible and have some fun in Clash. As for the bonus ranks this week, this will be found in Gambit to go alongside the Moat Thief in the Gambit Labs. So whether you're jumping in to try out the new Moat Thief mode, or you're looking for some quick Gambit ranks to get your hands on the Reckless Endangerment ornament, then make sure to jump into Gambit to get some easy rank up packages. Now next up we move on to seasonal challenges, and there are just 4 seasonal challenges available this week. One of them is called Snuffed Out, and here you need to defeat the Light Stealer, the Light Cleanser, and the Throne Bringer in the PsyOps Battlegrounds activities. That's alongside PsyOps Speed Ups, and here you need to complete all PsyOps Battlegrounds in under 11 minutes each, and you can launch the PsyOps Battlegrounds directly from the EDZ, Cosmodrome and the Moon on the destinations over on the Director. And next up we have a Night on the Moon. So whilst on the Moon you need to earn progress by completing bounties, patrols, public events and lost sectors. And that's alongside Stalwart Skin, and here you need to acquire the Stalwart Skin ornament for the Reckless Endangerment shotgun. Now as well as Seasonal Challenger XP and Bright Dust, you'll also get your hands on the Plain Strider. Now this isn't an exotic but a legendary emblem that was introduced last season, so if you missed out on it back then you have another opportunity to get your hands on it. Now last but no means least, we have one of the most important parts of the week, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 10 of Season of the Risen. Now over on the main featured shelf we have the Workout Dance, a legendary emote that was introduced this season. Now this was available in week 8 for silver, but if you missed out on it you can pick it up for Bright Dust this week, and it will set you back 700 Bright Dust this time around. That's alongside the Infinality, an exotic weapon ornament for the Collective Obligation Raid Pulse Rifle. Now this has been available for silver up until now, but if you want to save those real world pennies you can pick it up this week for 1250 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Hive Ghostly Ghost Projection, a legendary projection introduced this season, and this will set you back 1500 Bright Dust this week. And as for the shader this week, we have the Vibrant Medusa. Now this was introduced back in Season of the Worthy, so if you missed out on it back then you can pick it up right now for 300 Bright Dust. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have the DIY Forge Master, another exotic emote that was introduced this season. Now this was available as part of an exotic emote set, but you can pick it up this week instead for 3250 Bright Dust. That's alongside Courtyard Celebration, another legendary emote that was introduced this season, and this one will set you back 700 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have the E99 Shell, the Eggshell. Now this has been available once again for silver previously, but can be picked up this week for 2850 Bright Dust. That's alongside the 5P3AR, the Spear Exotic Sparrow. Now this was part of the cosmetic set alongside the Egg Ghost Shell, and can be picked up this week for 2500 Bright Dust. Now next up we have Universal Armor Ornaments, and these are for the legendary armor set that was introduced this season for Void 3.0. That includes the Abyss Walker Mask for the Hunter, the Desolation Diver Helmet for the Titan, and also the Elect of the Empty Hood for the Warlock. Now this is the final piece of the armor set if you've been collecting this for Bright Dust throughout the course of the season, and each piece will set you back 1200 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have the Diato Ghost Projection. This was introduced back in Season of Arrivals, so if you missed out on it and you're collecting, this will set you back 1500 Bright Dust this week. And the final item on offer is an exotic weapon ornament for the Fourth Horseman, and this is called Pale Rider. Now this was introduced in Season of the Chosen and was originally 700 silver, so if you missed out on it, this will set you back 1250 Bright Dust this week. So there we have it, guys, a good look at everything that you can expect for week 10 of Season of the Risen. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.